National Weather Service meteorologist Alex Tardy and San Diego Fire Rescue Department Assistant Chief Brian Fennessy. Welcome to Evening Edition.
Thank you.
Now, Chief Fennessy, we're in our 4th year of drought. What does that do to our wildfire risk?
Well, clearly 4 years without enough rain is a big deal here in Southern California, and certainly in San Diego. We're seeing fuel moisture drop significantly. One of the interesting things we're seeing is, we've gotten some rain this year, but we've gotten rain, we've gotten some sun. We've gotten some rain, we've gotten some sun. The big difference is, as opposed to past years, is we're seeing a grass crop out there that we haven't seen in years. Those fine fuels, which we consider fuels, those grasses are going to dry, and they're going to carry the fire now into that dead, decadent, heavy brush. And this is something we haven't had in the last 3 or 4 years. So we expect that the number of fires is going to increase, and the fires are going to get larger because the grasses are going to spread the fire into the heavier fuels.
Are there any other specific challenges to fighting fire related to the drought? I'm thinking water resources.
Well, there are. Within the urban area, we're blessed by having a very good water grid, and we can fill our helicopters on the ground through the hydrant system. But when you start getting out into the backcountry or the more rural areas where our helicopters and the county's helicopters go to, draw water from, they're empty. They're going to have to now go to lakes and other water sources further away from the fires, which is going to increase those turnaround times, which means less suppressant on those fires. So it's going to have a big effect.
And Alex, I've read that there are now 12 million dead trees in California's national forest. How dry is it really out there?
We're really starting to see the impact now, and the trees are showing up right in front of us as being the most stressful impact from this whole drought. 4 years of drought, we're missing almost 2 seasons of precipitation when you add it all together. Across the state, 26 inches of precipitation missing in the past 4 years. Compound that, we've had the warmest 4-year period we've ever seen on record. The warmth is just an added stress. Lower humidity and higher temperatures are not good for fires. They're not good for trees and vegetation.
And so, we had a couple of days of rain last week, and we've had little bits of rain, as you were talking about, off and on. What kind of impact do these small little rainstorms have, if any, on this precipitation level, bringing it up to where it should be?
It's a little too late. That said, we had all that rain in December. It was quite a bit of rain. Like Brian was saying, all that rain caused a lot of grasses to grow, so it kind of worked against us a little bit. We've had these breaks in between the rain that have just been really warm and dry. The rain we had last Friday and the rain coming up this Friday, it's going to wet the ground. It's going to buy us some time into the spring, delay some severe fire weather season, but by no means end it. And it's not going to really do anything to help our drought.
And Chief Fennessy, what are some of the areas in the county that are most concerning for fire officials?
Certainly those areas that haven't seen fire in quite a long time, but speaking for the city, and I think I can speak for the other urban and suburban areas, one of the things we're seeing now are fires that are spreading in what we call these open space islands, or these OSI areas, much like you saw last year in May. It's not the large fire that's coming out of the East County or the backcountry into the urbanized areas. It's these pockets of canyons. The city of San Diego is built on 900 plus miles of linear canyon, literally built in and out, throughout the city. Those fires may not be, when they start, they may not be large, long duration fires. They might be 5 acres, 50 acres, 100 acres, but they're moving so fast because the vegetation is so dry that they're getting into the homes and they're threatening lives and property like we've never seen before. You look at the Poinsettia fire, that was 1,600 acres? Not a large fire in terms of what we see nationally or statewide, and didn't burn over several days, but it burned a lot of homes, threatened a lot of lives. That's our new reality.
Because it burned fast. So Alex, what is the weather outlook for this year's wildfire season?
For the wildfire season, we're expecting the summer to continue to be warm. So our record-breaking warmth is expected to continue into the summer. Maybe not quite as hot as last summer, but still with that warmth, we're going to see increased humidity, better chances for thunderstorms, especially over our mountains. Lightning's never good when you have dry fuels and this much vegetation ready to go. So we're going to see weather conditions that do support active fire behavior in terms of warmth And not just because it's summer, but just above normal warmth and with humidity being low.
And Chief Hennessy, we have to end on this, but what are local fire agencies doing to prepare?
Well, certainly we're getting out and we're talking with the community. Our Ready, Set, Go program, which you can find on the city's website, www.sandiego.gov, provides residents all the tools they need to really prepare in advance of a fire. To talk about what to do once a fire is reported, having your evacuation plan, having a plan in place, and then leaving. I mean, it is really important for you to leave when we say it's time to go. Nationally and statewide, we lose a lot of lives from people that decide to evacuate too late.
All right, Chief Hennessy and meteorologist Alex Tardy, thank you so much.
Thank you, Peggy.